Today's plea deal is a big step towards healing in a painful tragedy. Justin Shecker is live tonight where the crash happened on Bayshore Boulevard and West Knights Avenue. Justin.
Josh and Jen, good evening. The driver who struck and killed the young mother and her daughter still hasn't learned his punishment, but tonight the second defendant, accused of racing on Bayshore Boulevard, knows how long he'll serve in prison after the state offered him a plea deal. The wheels of justice often turn slowly for families wishing they could have more time with their loved ones.
The torment and terror caused by the fact that they are not in prison yet does not feel survivable to me.
1 year after David Robinault made that emotional plea before a judge, the criminal cases for the two teens charged in connection to the crash that killed his wife and daughter are finally coming to a close.
Is Mr. Barano still going to trial, or is he also entering an open plea?
No, Your Honor. We have reached a negotiated plea agreement as it relates to Mr. Barano.
The attorney for John Barano says the now 20-year-old is ready to enter a guilty plea in exchange for 6 years in prison, followed by 15 years of probation. In May 2018, investigators say Barano and Heyrin were racing on Tampa's Bayshore Boulevard. Heyrin's Mustang crashed into 24-year-old Jessica Robinault and her little girl Lilia. Both of the drivers face charges of vehicular homicide.
I believe that Mr. Barano is in a different situation. I think he's situated differently from the facts of the case.
After all of the court delays, including from the coronavirus pandemic, and attorneys attempting to throw out evidence, a trial had been set for next week. But today, the wheels of justice turn closer to a resolution, with Heyrin also changing his plea.
We are going to enter an open plea.
And by entering that open plea, Heyrin's sentence will be decided by the judge. And Jen, prosecutors say the plea deal for the other driver had the blessing of the victim's family.
It's always important to get their buy-in on something like this. Justin Shecker live in Tampa for us tonight. Thank you, Justin.